I'm Lacy Schoen, CEO of Real Women, Real Success. And today we're going to be talking about how to build a loyal following and customer base online. This is a topic that's been coming up regularly with the women that I coach and with the women in my online women's group, Women Thriving in Business, because there's so many women who are looking at leaving their long-term careers and starting a business. And there's a trend that supports that. Right now, 40% of the workforce is either independent contractors or own their own business. But by 2020, it's going to be 60%. So there's a migration to business ownership. And part of the reason is that the online marketing strategies that are working so well for people who are using them now are becoming more well known. So people are seeing a way to have the lifestyle they want, start the business that they want, and be able to do that successfully. If you already have a business or you already have a product, great. Things are moving in this direction. One of the things we know is that people search for whatever they're looking for, even B2B, business to business, online before they make a decision. So don't you want to be the person that they find online, right? This process for building loyal fans and a customer base works for any kind of business, okay? So I use it for my coaching business. I also use it for my jewelry business. I know people who sell corsets through this process. Corsets. I know a woman who sells paintings, makes a phenomenal amount of money selling paintings through an online process. Now, actually, I just made a mistake. They don't sell through this process. This is not the sales process. There's someone way better to teach you that than me, and his name's Jeff Walker. And as a matter of fact, we're in a group of his called Launch Club, where we work on this all the time. So it's integral to our business, okay? But this is how to build a loyal fan base. This is something I do know about and I've done successfully. And here's the value of this. I started building my following online 2.5 years before I quit my job. And what that meant for me is not only when I left my job was I able to launch a product and a service that I was able to get people to buy, but I was able to outperform the typical, what they call conversion rate, by 7%. So most people, when they launch out there to their loyal fan base, are going to sell between 1, 2, and 3%. Maybe high percentage is 5%. My husband's business is at 5%. When I launched, mine was at just under 10%. So that's the value of building this, right? Because when you leave that job, you want to start having an income right away, right? You got to have loyal followers and a customer base, a potential customer base to do that. So if you don't know what your business is going to be, I have this business with a little light bulb here, business ideas. You can test business ideas through this process, okay? Testing is a really great thing to do. Testing is something I've done in every one of these parts of the process that I'm going to share with you here. Testing is a good thing. If you already have a business and you know who your avatar is, then that's great. You don't need to do testing. You need to do some testing, but not on what your product is or what your customer base is going to be. And for those of you that don't know what avatar means, that is just a very well-rounded example of who your ideal customer is, okay? And what you want to figure out, in addition to your business idea or your solid business that you already have, is who is going to be interested in that? Who are your ideal customers? How old are they? What keeps them up at night? What problem can you solve for them? Where do they hang out online? It just so happens that the women that I market to, that I'm interested in helping, are 40 years and older. So what that means is they're on Facebook. So I'm able to find them on Facebook and on YouTube. So those are my two primary ways that I reach out to people online. If you have a younger base, like my husband does, he reaches out to millennials. He's primarily YouTube, actually. So it depends on who your avatar is, where you're going to reach these people. But again, the process to build the following is the same. So let me share it with you, okay? Your goal in all of this is to build an email list. This is the goal. If you have an email list, you can sell stuff, okay? The trick is to get people onto your email list, okay? To get people onto your email list, you need a lead magnet. A lead magnet is something you give away for free, and it's something that you give value out in exchange for someone's email address, okay? So you either do it through a post or an ad, right? Or you can do it a pop-up on your website. If you have a website, you do not need a website to do this at all. In fact, if you're just trying out some business ideas, or you're just starting your business, you're still working and just starting something, you don't need to have a website. You just need to have a presence somewhere online, whether, like I said, I started with YouTube. It could be Facebook. Facebook, a page is so easy to start, right? Okay, so you start with a post or an ad, and then you advertise your lead magnet and the problem that it solves. So let me give you an example. I help women leave their jobs and start a business. And I tested a few different lead magnets that weren't as successful. One of them was how to decide what you want to do for your business. But that wasn't hugely successful. So I dumped it, and I tried a couple others as well. The one that really worked, that really resonated, was a free financial planner to show people how to budget and plan their finances so that they can afford to leave their job and start a business. All the way from paying down debt to planning for what your business is going to cost to saving the certain amount you're going to need to live on for 3 to 5 years while you're starting your business, those kinds of things, right? That really solved the problem that my avatar wanted me to solve for them. So that's my lead magnet. That's how I've grown my list by 300% in the last 2 months, is this lead magnet, okay? So you got to come up with lead magnet. When you know your avatar and what their problems are, what keeps them up at night, come up with some lead magnets that will solve a problem for them or add value to them, right? I know someone who's in the fitness realm who's doing really, really well online. And her lead magnet is simply a bunch of different recipes that are tasty and good that also support your fitness, right? The 4 top categories of sales online are love and relationships, health and fitness, finances, and business. So if you're in one of those 4 areas with the stuff that you're doing with your lead magnet, you have a really good chance of getting the attention of people online, because those are the 4 top things they're looking for online, okay? So you come up with your lead magnet and you do a post or an ad. I do Facebook ads, and you advertise. Hey, for free, I'll give you this, solve this problem for you, or this cool thing, or tchotchke. And then they go to an opt-in page. So if you're watching this video and you're on my email list, then you did this, you know what this is. It's that page that you pop over to that gives you a chance to put in your name and your email address. So that's an opt-in page. So you would talk about your lead magnet, they would go to the opt-in page, and then after they opted into your email list, then is when you would actually send them the lead magnet. And all this can be automated. I use MailChimp so that they get on your email list, okay? So now you've given them a freebie, you've given them some free value. Through that, they're going to see that you're an expert. They're going to start to know, like, and trust you. Let me put that acronym, KLT. What it takes to build raving fans that become buying customers is that they know, like, and trust you. So your lead magnet is an opportunity to do that, but you can't just do one thing and then someone knows, likes, and trusts you. It's like building a relationship. Think about the friendships that you have. You didn't just meet and all of a sudden you were the best of friends. It happened over time, right? Maybe you're married, or you have some sort of a spouse or someone that you're dating. You didn't just, get to know each other in one day. It took time to build that relationship, right? Well, it's no different with the relationship you're building with people online. So once they're on this all valuable email list, you do what's called a nurture sequence, okay? For mine, remember, I'm looking for women who want to leave their jobs and start a business. I give them a financial planner to show them how to do it. Then I go over here and my first email has to do with how to decide what you want to do. And then my second one has to do with some more details within the planner, getting them some more help there. The third one has to do with your inner game and how sometimes we get in our own way when we're starting our own business and all the new things we get to learn and not being intimidated by that. And then I have a couple others. So by the time I'm done with my nurture sequence, this takes 30 days. That is the choice that I made. I used to send out a video a week. I don't do that anymore. I send one out every 2 weeks. I'll get to that in a minute. But the reason I spread this out over 30 days is because I don't know about you, but I opt into a few things. I do it to learn. I do it because I'm interested, and I get some people just bombard me with emails. Some people email me every day, and then I have to end up unsubscribing, right? I don't want to bombard my people. Plus, if I'm an expert at something that they're trying to learn from me, I'm an expert at it. I can, say it once, and kind of makes sense to me. But for these people, it's new to them, so it's going to take them time, right? So they need time to absorb these jewels of information that you're going to give them through your nurture sequence. Now, you don't have to do over 30 days, and you don't have to do this many emails in your nurture sequence. The point is, you do a nurture sequence of emails that can include a video, or it can include an attachment, some sort of freebie there, or it can be just a video like what I'm doing right now that imparts some sort of wisdom or help or value or solves a problem for them. After they're done getting through the nurture sequence though, then you start emailing them on a regular basis, okay? I choose every 2 weeks. Because I did this 2.5 years ago, I'm able to outperform all of the average sales metrics for sales online by 7%. So, and I had a very small list. Now I'm taking what I've learned and I'm building my list through my lead magnet and building my loyal following so that I can launch something else coming up this next year that's going to help these women start their own businesses. So this is how you do this. It's actually pretty simple. Of course, the devil is in the details, but I want you to be encouraged because, you know, when I first got certified as a coach several years ago, I was told to go out and speak from a stage to get coaching clients. And that was about the last thing that I wanted to do. I'd spent 30 years in a career getting on stage and talking to people. I wanted more time of my own. I wanted more time with my family. I want to travel. So that is why I'm not on a stage right now teaching this. I'm on a video in my home studio, in my office, sharing this with you right now because I can draw customers to me this way, okay? My online women's group, Women Thriving in Business, is all online. We do it through Zoom. There's no need to go out and network and do all these things. You can do it online. So this is the start. You're trying to build an email list. You're building a loyal following by giving them value, solving a problem in a nurture sequence, and then staying in touch with them and building that relationship until such time as you have a product to launch, okay? So we're going to be going over this in Women Thriving in Business on December 13th, 2018. I'm going to be sending out to all the participants of Women Thriving in Business a questionnaire so that we can answer specific questions because a lot of times you're testing, right? Earlier I was telling you I tested a few lead magnets and I finally landed on the right one for my avatar, the one that resonated with them. Sometimes you have to experiment with posts. I have someone that I work with who is also in the online business, and we talk to each other about the things that we're testing on our posts, what gets engagement, what doesn't, what kind of ads work. On my ad for this, I had to try 3 different pictures before it worked. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the most logical things to try, the things that seem like they'll be most successful, and then the women in the group are going to go out and, you know, try it. So if you'd like to be part of that, feel free to email me at lacy@lacyschoen.com. If you're seeing this after December 13th, 2018, know that I coach people on this. Free to email me and find out more about that. I also record all of our events for the members of Women Thriving in Business, so you can always watch it after the fact and see what you can glean from that. But you're welcome to join our group if you're interested in that. And if you're interested in my lead magnet, if you're interested in learning how to budget to leave your job and make it possible to start your business, there's a link down below for that. And of course, you'll get onto my list and I'm going to attempt to make you a raving fan. And one last thing I will say, you're going to have a lot of people on here that don't buy. You're going to have a lot of people on here who are on your email list who are just there to see what you're doing because maybe they're trying to do the same thing. It's what happens. You can have people unsubscribe. You don't need them anyway. You don't need them dragging down your open rates and your purchase rates and all that. All that's part of it, right? So just keep going with building the email list and keep nurturing them and sending out regular valuable content to identify yourself as an expert, to get them to know, like, and trust you, and you can build a raving fan base and customer base online, okay? So thanks for watching today. Check out all the links below for anything that you find that might help you further in your endeavors to build a business or market your business. And always remember, I'm your biggest fan.